Looking to emigrate to Australia, but not sure which city to make your home? We'll give you a rundown of the best places to live down under to help you make that decision. With its famously sunny climate and laid-back culture, is it any wonder that moving to Australia is a popular choice among expats? The expat population down under is growing across all states and age groups, from young globetrotters to mature retirees. Airfares are getting cheaper, and the growth in communication technologies, such as Skype, mean moving across the world to Australia is no longer such a daunting prospect. It's now possible to have that new life in the sun and stay in close contact with family back home. Love the idea of living the Aussie dream, but no idea where to live in Australia? No worries. We've put together a list of 7 great destinations for expats, based on factors such as the cost of living, the availability of schools and universities, employment opportunities, and things to do. So, here is the list of 10 best places to live in Australia. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for the latest upcoming travel videos. Here we go. Number 1. Adelaide. The capital of South Australia, Adelaide, is growing in popularity thanks to its friendly country feel and affordable real estate. Job opportunities are good, with Adelaide recruiting a minimum of 5,000 skilled migrants a year, especially in the fields of healthcare, education, and manufacturing. Adelaide is popular with expat families, many of whom choose to live in the leafy suburbs of Belair and Banksia Park. You'll find a varied cultural scene to enjoy, with art festivals, live music, and great restaurants. Chill out at the beautiful Adelaide beaches, or travel out to the nearby Barossa Valley vineyards to sample the delicious regional food and wines. Number 2. Brisbane. As Australia's third largest city, Brisbane offers all the excitement of living in a thriving city, but is way more affordable than Sydney and Melbourne. While the urban centre of Brisbane is all shiny skyscrapers, the city is also ideally placed for getting into nature. Brisbane residents are an active bunch and love to enjoy their beautiful river, whether they are jogging alongside it or sailing on it. The rest of the Sunshine State's delights are within easy reach, with the Gold Coast and the Great Barrier Reef among the highlights. Brisbane's economy is booming, with workers in hospitality, health, manufacturing, and tourism the most in demand. Away from the thriving urban heart of Brisbane, you'll find relaxed suburbs and beautiful landscapes. If you want to be close to the action, suburbs like Paddington are popular with expats, while families might prefer quieter areas, such as Murrayfield. Number 3. Canberra. Australia's inland capital, Canberra, has a sophisticated atmosphere that really comes alive when the country's parliament assembles. Although it is the nation's capital, Canberra has fewer than 400,000 residents, giving it an almost small-town charm with its pretty tree-lined streets. Real estate is, perhaps surprisingly, some of the most affordable in the country, with average house prices almost $70,500 below the national average, at around $340,000. In summer, Canberra's residents take to the shores of Lake Burley Griffin to enjoy picnics, bike rides, fishing, and sailing. The city has a great restaurant and bar scene, some interesting cultural attractions, such as the National Gallery of Australia, and no end of adventure activities in the hills and bushland that surround the city. Number 4. Hobart. Historic Hobart is the second oldest city in Australia, situated in the south of the country on the banks of the Derwent River. The city is popular with those who prefer cooler temperatures, with summer temperatures a manageable 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and has a lovely relaxed pace of life. Hobart has a great range of real estate, from the luxurious to the affordable, and its desirable riverside suburbs are popular with families and retirees alike. The suburb of Kingston has recently named the most family-friendly place to live in Australia. Hobart may not have a rapidly growing employment market, but it does offer stable and steady job prospects, especially for skilled expats in the industries of construction, viticulture, and engineering. On the weekends, choose between the lively art scene in town, scaling the heights of the spectacular Mount Wellington, or heading down to Sandy Bay to relax on the beach. Number 5. Melbourne. The multicultural city of Melbourne is widely considered to be Australia's cultural capital, with a strong arty vibe, amazing museums, and an endless selection of cool bars, eateries, and festivals. It's also a city of sporting fans. The residents of Melbourne come from all over the world, creating many different neighbourhoods from the glitzy to the family-oriented. Surrey Hills and Camberwell are popular with expats who have children, while the hipster beachfront suburb of St Kilda attracts a younger crowd. On the downside, Melbourne is famous for its changeable weather. You'll often experience 4 seasons in one day. The cost of living is relatively high, although slightly cheaper than in Sydney, and the employment market is buoyant, especially for expats who specialise in aviation, construction, automotive engineering, financial services, and technology. Number 6. Perth. Perth is an easygoing but cosmopolitan city on Australia's west coast. With gorgeous city parks, a booming economy, and warm weather all year round, life in Perth are sweet. The job outlook is particularly good in the mining industries, tourism, healthcare, and technology. Families are drawn to the good schools in neighbourhoods like Victoria Park and Applecross, while others may prefer the cultural attractions and restaurants of Bohemian Fremantle along Perth's south coast. Making time to play is paramount in Perth. Whether you head down to the golden sands of the city's pristine beaches, take to the waters of the glassy Swan River, or enjoy a night of opera at the Perth Cultural Centre, you'll always find Perth's laid-back residents are out and about enjoying Aussie life. Number 7. Sydney. With almost 5 million residents, Sydney is by far Australia's biggest city and home to some of its most iconic sights. Cruise through the harbour to see the famous Opera House, or join the surfer dudes down at the beautiful Bondi Beach. While the bright lights of Sydney's Central District, with its eclectic bars, restaurants, and clubs, appeal to younger expats, many families choose to live in the suburbs. Western Sydney is particularly popular with American expats, while the Northern Beaches area is great for families. Sydney is a major player on the world stage, which has an undeniable effect on the cost of living here. Real estate prices are on a par with New York, putting it up there with the most expensive cities in the world. Sydney's successful economy does mean that employment prospects are good, with the financial services, communications technology, and creative industries all thriving. Number 8. Byron Bay. Byron Bay holds a special place in the hearts of Australians. The most easterly point of our country, the area is home to a beautiful marine reserve, so a walk up the hill to the lighthouse can bestow views of breaching humpback whales, playful pods of dolphins, and sea turtles lazily surfing the currents. The food is organic, the surfing is great, and whiffs of cannabis are common, all accompanied by a vibrant music and arts scene. Many backpackers arrive at Byron's iconic arts factory planning to stay a few days, but don't stumble out until months later, covered in henna, with their knowledge of fire twirling greatly enhanced. Irrespective of where you stand on the Loo situation, it's fair to say the town has changed, and it might be time to start looking for an alternative picturesque holiday destination. Charming and quaint, just like Byron is in the off-season, Australia is filled with cute towns with intimate cafes and bespoke homewares stores. Number 9. Wollongong. Wollongong makes the beginning of the south coast of NSW and the wonderful beaches and scenery. Wollongong's beaches are patrolled, which means great swimming and surfing for all, with great parklands for picnics in the sun. The area is also home to the largest Buddhist temples in the Southern Hemisphere. Wollongong has many activities apart from the usual sports. You can go paragliding, try climbing at the Hangdog Climbing Gym, take a canoe or kayak adventure, or visit the Illawarra Fly Treetop Walk. There is accommodation for all, as well as some great places to eat for all tastes. Looking further afield, take a scenic drive along the coast to the south and enjoy 140 kilometers of wonderful scenery. Each year the city puts on the Wonderwalls Festival, where you can discover huge pieces of art daubed on the walls of the city. Pretty cool. Number 10. Gold Coast. Are you thinking of living on the Gold Coast? Australia's Gold Coast has been greatly increasing in popularity since the 2018 Commonwealth Games showcased the area to the world, but with the coronavirus taking hold in 2020, people have been flocking there from southern cities such as Sydney and Melbourne. If you're migrating to Australia, but looking for an alternative to Sydney, Melbourne, or Perth, the Gold Coast and Queensland are certainly worthy of serious consideration. For some, the name of this place alone is enough to draw them into investigating it as a potential new home. The Gold Coast is certainly a romantic name for a region, conjuring, as it does, images of sparkling waters and golden sandy beaches. This impression is pretty much the truth. It's one of the jewels in Australia's already stunning crown, and with more interest than ever in this spot, now is definitely the time to learn more about it if you're considering moving from the UK to Australia. The last word. So, guys, this was the list of best places to live in Australia. Hope you will like it and appreciate it. People who come to these countries are amazed by all of the awesome things there are to do and see. Australia has a thriving economy and is continuously looking for skilled workers. If you are wondering how to relocate to Australia, the best way to go about it is to apply for the General Skilled Migration Program. Applicants will have to meet basic requirements and have to pass the Australian Immigration Points test to be issued a work visa. So, if you love to travel and you want to see the whole world, then Tripoya is the channel that gives you a list of the best places to visit in the world. Make sure you subscribe the channel and press the bell icons for latest upcoming travel videos. Bye bye, see you in the next video.